Hey everyone, welcome back to EverCurious. If you like spine-tingling stories, mysterious footage, and trying to figure out what's real versus what's illusion, today's video is for you.
EverCurious, learn what you love.
We'll be diving into real-life ghost encounters caught on camera, stories from around the world, videos people swore were supernatural, and investigations into what might really be going on. First, let us set the stage. What do we mean by ghost encounter caught on camera? It can be many things: shadowy figures, floating orbs, movement where there should be none, reflections, sometimes voices or strange sounds that get recorded. But getting something on video doesn't automatically mean it's paranormal. Cameras can lie. Lens flares, low light, insects, reflections, digital distortion, even hallucinations feed into what people believe. Later in this video, we'll also look at skeptical investigations of some ghost videos to see how they hold up under scrutiny. We'll split this into 10 segments. First, some wild encounters people thought were ghosts. Then, on each, what experts said. Then, how many were likely hoaxes or misinterpretations? By the end, you'll know better how to judge ghost footage on your own. Alright, lights off, figuratively, cameras rolling, let's begin. One of the more famous, caught-on-camera cases is the Santa Fe Courthouse Ghost. Back in 2007, a surveillance camera at the First Judicial District Courthouse in Santa Fe, New Mexico, captured a glowing round object that drifted down the frame. Viewers watching the video saw something ghostly. Some thought it was a spirit, others speculated about orbs or even UFOs. But here's where investigation comes in. Benjamin Radford, a skeptical investigator and science writer, looked into it. He and others considered hypotheses like insects crawling on the lens, reflections, or debris. Wikipedia. After experiments placing bugs on a camera lens at the same location, under the same lighting, they reproduced almost exactly that glowing blob. It moved similarly, looked similar when light hit it. So conclusion, not a ghost, but rather an insect or bug crawling on or very close to the camera lens. What I like about this case, it shows that sometimes things that look supernatural really do have natural, testable explanations. But also, people still want to believe, and sometimes ambiguous footage gets huge traction before the skeptical side even gets noticed. Let's zoom out and look at what scientific research has found about ghost encounters in general. Studies show that many people believe in ghosts. For example, a 2023 article quoting a poll of 1,000 American adults found that 41% believe in ghosts, and about 20% say they have personally experienced something ghost-like. But belief doesn't equal proof. Researchers have identified a number of psychological and environmental explanations for many ghost reports. One is sleep paralysis. This is when you wake up, but your body remains temporarily paralyzed. Often, there are hallucinations, pressure on the chest, shapes or figures, vivid auditory hallucinations. Dom, a case in the UK, for instance, saw a skeleton-like figure surrounded by aura during episodes of sleep paralysis. Another is pareidolia. That's when your brain sees familiar patterns, faces, figures in random visual noise, like in shadows, or scratches, or even tree branches. Combine that with low light or eerie atmosphere, your mind fills in gaps. Also, inattentional blindness. You miss obvious things when your focus is elsewhere, and memory bias. People tend to remember intense or fearful parts more strongly, sometimes misplacing details. So science says, a lot of ghost experiences are real in how people feel them, but that doesn't mean they are supernatural. Many can be explained. Now let us look at a kind of case that comes up repeatedly: security or surveillance cameras in retail stores, showing lights, orbs, or odd reflections. In asterisk, are ghosts real? A social psychologist examines the evidence. Asterisk, 2023. There is mention of a store owner who believed his location was haunted because his security cameras caught multiple weird clips. Things like orbs of light floating, faint voices, loud bumping noises when nobody was allegedly there, items falling or moving. What do skeptics make of this kind of footage? Well, several possibilities. Faulty wiring or electrical disturbances that cause lights to flicker, cameras to record spurious reflections or strange light artifacts, dust, insects, or motes in front of the lens creating orbs when flashed by LED or infrared illumination, echoes or audio distortion causing voices or noises that sound supernatural, psychological priming, when people expect something weird, their interpretations of sounds or visuals skew toward the paranormal. In many cases, once you factor in all these possible causes, the ghost explanation becomes less convincing. But these clips are compelling, especially to non-experts, because cameras give the aura of objectivity. Another popular genre is EVP, electronic voice phenomena. These are supposed recordings of ghostly voices, whispers, or responses that weren't heard at the time but show up in playback. Many ghost hunter shows and anecdotal videos use this. For example, in the Social Psychologist article, the store owner's security clips allegedly included faint voices. What do researchers say? EVP is tricky. Often the recordings are very low quality. There's background noise, wind, static. Sometimes people expect to hear something, so when reviewing the recording, they think they hear meaningful words. This is similar to pareidolia, but for sound your brain trying to make sense of random noise. Also, suggestion matters. If someone tells you you'll hear a ghost say _, you'll probably think you do. Some studies also point out that audio recorders pick up vibrations, electrical hums, natural echoes, anything. So unless the recording is high fidelity, well controlled, with no noise sources, EVP is not strong evidence. But people still find it deeply creepy and convincing, because hearing a voice when no one seems to be present is powerful for human psychology. Let's shift to still photography. Many ghost claims come from photos. Shadowy figures, strange mist or orbs of light, shapes that look like people, or unexpected reflections. Some of these photos are publicized widely. Science investigations have looked into them. For example, in The Science of Ghosts, Science News explores, stories are shared of people who took pictures because they heard thumps or noises. Some pictures had glowing shapes. Others had nothing strange. What possible natural causes? Reflections, light bouncing off glass or windows. Flash photography interacting with dust or moisture. Lens flare. Camera artifacts, sensor noise in low light, motion blur. Double exposure type effect in older or cheaper cameras or phones. Environmental dust or insects or moisture on lens. Coincidence, misinterpretation. When you look at a room full of objects, shadows, corners, it's easy for your brain to pick out shapes that look ghost-like. Also memory bias. You only show or share the photos that look weird. You ignore many that are ordinary. We'll share 2 specific photo cases later, but right now I want to say, photos are easier to manipulate or misinterpret than video. But also video, especially low res or night vision, has its own pitfalls. Here's a deeper study. There is a paper titled Case Study of Recognition Patterns in Haunted People Syndrome, published in 2022. That examines people who believe their house is haunted and who report multiple ghostly phenomena. Haunted people syndrome refers to a pattern. People expecting ghosts or supernatural things often interpret ordinary events as paranormal. Recognition patterns include hearing creaks, seeing shadows, noticing lights flicker, feeling a presence. Over time, these experiences reinforce belief, which in turn increases sensitivity to ambiguous stimuli. So someone might hear wind, interpret it as whispering. See a curtain move, see it as a figure. The study uses mixed methods, interviews, questionnaire, sometimes physical walkthroughs, to see how much of what people believe correlates with environmental conditions, old houses, drafty windows, poor insulation, wiring, psychological factors, stress, prior beliefs, anxiety, and how much correlates with unexpected sensory input, noise, darkness. Many cases that start as anecdote and fear end up having plausible non-supernatural explanations for many of their reported phenomena. So, when you see a ghost on camera and the person saying it as haunted, ask, did they expect it? Was the environment strange? Old house, tree branches outside, flickering light, psychological state. All of this shapes what one believes they see. Now, I wanted to look at a few examples videos where people caught something weird on camera but the evidence is ambiguous. These are the kind of videos that go viral precisely because viewers think, what is that? But investigators aren't sure. I'll list a few types that show up often. 1. Shadow or silhouette moving across a wall in dim lighting. Sometimes appears human-like, but no detail. Often disappears. Is it a ghost? Could be a passing car's light, or someone walking outside casting shadows through a window, or just a trick of light and shape. 2. Orb moving slowly across a frame, especially in infrared or night vision. Could be moisture, dust, insects, lens flare. Sometimes appears to react, pause or change direction, which makes it eerie, but often these reactions are artifacts of how the camera refocuses or how the light source changes. 3. Glowing eyes or faces in photos, maybe a reflection of light, camera flash, double reflections, or even just tie-dye of light and shadow. Sometimes players do digital editing or filters, intentionally or unintentionally enhancing effects. In a lot of these ambiguous cases, when skeptics examine metadata, timestamp, camera settings, lighting, or recreate the scenario, lighting same angle, they often find plausible natural sources. But the ambiguity remains, people still believe. Some videos are never fully explained. And sometimes the unknown becomes part of the mystery appeal. So, what makes a ghost encounter video really scary and really convincing to viewers, even skeptics? Let's break down common features. Asterisk low light or darkness. Shadows high detail, mess with perception. Sudden movement or motion where none is expected. A door creaks, something moves slightly. That surprises the viewer. Sound cues, faint footsteps, whispering, creaking, doors slamming. Audio is powerful. Our brain associates certain sounds with danger. If you hear something unnatural, you tense up, start interpreting everything as ghostly. Camera effects. Infrared, night vision, shaky cam. These degrade quality, add noise, magnify mistakes. Expectations. When people believe a place is haunted, or narrators suggest something supernatural, that primes the audience. Suggestion is strong. Additionally, when a video is paired with a story history of a haunted house, tragic events, folklore, viewers are more ready to believe. Media coverage and viral sharing amplify that. People want to believe ghosts are real, the mystery sells. Alright, to close things out, what can you take away from all this, and how to judge ghost video claims more critically while still appreciating the creep and wonder? Tips for evaluating ghost footage. 1. Check the source and authenticity. Who filmed it, when, under what conditions, night vision, low quality? Is there lighting info, lens info? 2. Look for alternate natural explanations. Insects, bugs on lens, reflections, camera sensor issues. Stray light, drafts moving curtains, structural creaks. Sound carrying, shadows from objects outside. 3. Examine the environment and context. Is the place old, neglected, with poor lighting, weird wiring? Are there environmental noises? Psychological factors. Stress, fear, sleep deprivation, belief in supernatural stories, all these color perception. 4. Consider reproducibility. In good investigations, people try to recreate the effect. Can they reproduce it under controlled conditions? If yes, likely not supernatural. 5. Asterisk, asterisk. Don't rely only on what you see. Listen critically. Asterisk, asterisk. With audio in particular, voices or whispers are often misheard or suggested by prior expectations. 6. Asterisk, asterisk. Maintain skepticism, but not cynicism. Asterisk, asterisk. It's okay to be curious. It's okay to be spooked. But recognizing that unknown does not always equal ghost. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoyed these cases and want me to analyze more ghost video claims, leave a comment. I could do part 2, also. If you have a video you want analyzed, send a link, maybe we'll feature it next time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you're into mysteries and the weird. Until next time, stay curious, but keep your eyes open and maybe a light on. Bye.